welcome to Miss Floris's virtual classroom. I'm here to do an interactive read aloud with you. Today we are reading Courage by Bernard Waber. This is a realistic fiction story. That means that the events that happen in the story could really happen, but the characters are made up. You're going to see many examples of courage throughout this book. All these acts of courage, large or small, could occur in real life, and you might see some examples that you have gone through before. I want you to think about what experiences could you share with the characters in our story. So let's start, and we'll talk a little bit more about what this book is about. So we are going to read some books about facing challenges with courage. You're going to read more than one book this week about courage. What is courage, the word courage, make you think of? You might have said it makes me think of someone that is brave, right? You show courage when you do a good thing, even if it's hard or it's dangerous. If you have courage, it means you're brave. You're able to do something, even if it was really hard to do. So, Bernard Waber, our author, he wrote and illustrated this book called Courage, right? So go ahead and take a look in the front. What do you see? You see the boys high on a diving board. Do you think that takes courage? So look at him, he's thinking, and there's some other people in the water already. We have someone in a helicopter, people in air balloons, and we have a little boy by himself on a diving board. Do you think it would take courage to jump off that big old diving board? What do you think would happen next? Let's go ahead and read and find out how the different characters in this book show that they have courage. There are many kinds of courage. Awesome kinds. And everyday kinds. And there's a little boy from the cover. And look, he jumped in. Did your prediction come true? Still, courage is courage, whatever kind. Courage is riding your bicycle for the first time without training wheels. Courage is a spelling bee, and your word is superciliousness. Look at that. Why does it take courage to be in a spelling bee? It takes courage to be in a spelling bee because it can be scary to think that you might not win. It can be scary to think that you might fail. It could be scary to stand up in front of all those people and spell all these really difficult words. Courage is 2 candy bars and saving one for tomorrow. Courage is mealtime and desperately hoping it's not chunky chunks in real gravy again. Courage is nobody better pick on your little brother. How does the big sister show courage, right? In this picture right here, we see a big sister and it says, courage is nobody better pick on your little brother. How does the big sister show her courage? She stands up for her little brother. She says, nobody better pick on my little brother. There are many different ways to act with courage, aren't there? Right? Sometimes it takes courage to stand up for someone that you care about or something that you believe in. Courage is, it's your job to check out the night noises in the house. And look at that dog. He's scared, but he has courage because he's taking care of the house. Courage is being the new kid on the block and saying flat out, hi, my name is Wayne. What's yours? I want you to take a second and think, why does it take courage for Wayne, the new kid at the school, to introduce himself to everyone? Why does that take courage? It takes courage to meet people you've never met before, even if it's scary. Courage is tasting the vegetable before making a face. Courage is not peeking at the last pages of your whodunit book to find out who did it. Courage is being the first to make up after an argument. Courage is deliberately stepping on sidewalk cracks. Courage is the bottom of the ninth. Tie score, 2 outs, bases loaded, and your turn to bat. Courage is the juicy secret you promised not to tell. Have you ever promised not to tell a big secret? I want you to think about a time. Have you ever been in that situation where you knew a big secret, but you weren't allowed to tell? Was that hard to do? Go ahead and take a moment and think about a time that you had to promise not to tell a secret, and if it was hard. I know when I know a secret, it is so hard not to tell, but it takes courage to keep your promise. Courage is being sudsed and scrubbed by strangers. Courage is breaking bad habits. Courage is suddenly remembering a silly joke and trying not to giggle when everyone else is being especially serious. Courage is arriving much too early for a birthday party. Courage is sending a Valentine to someone you secretly admire and signing your real name. Courage is admiring but not plucking. Courage is going to bed without a nightlight. Courage is deciding to have your hair cut. Courage is trying to cover up your mean, jealous side. Courage is a scenic car trip and being stuck in the middle during the best part. Courage is explaining the rip in your brand new pants. And go ahead and take a moment and I want you to look at this little doggy. It says courage is trying to cover up your mean, jealous side. And look at the two humans he has with him. They're playing with a cat. Right? And he feels mean and jealous. If you're jealous, you feel unhappy or angry because you want what someone else has. So why is the dog jealous of the cat? If you said it's because he wants his owner's attention, you're right. But it takes courage to not act mean and jealous, even if you feel a little jealous inside. Courage is going on it again. Courage is if you knew where they were, some mountains, you would definitely climb them. Courage is exploring heights and depths. Courage is a blade of grass breaking through the icy snow. Courage is starting over. Courage is holding onto your dream. Right, they had to start over their sandcastle. Courage is being a firefighter or a police officer. Courage is sometimes having to say goodbye. Courage is what we give to each other. How do you think we give courage to each other? What are some ways that you could give courage to someone? Think of the different characters in this story. Think of the ways that other people have treated one another. What are some ways that we can show courage to one another? You might show courage by standing up for someone if you see someone getting bullied or someone hurting someone else's feelings. You might show courage by helping someone, even if it's something you don't really want to do. That's courage too. Thank you so much for joining me in our interactive read aloud today. Have a great Tuesday, students.